At 5 feet 7 inches tall, Eleu Choy is by far the smallest player on the roster. But once on the court, nobody plays any bigger. Certainly nobody has a bigger heart. And it was on full display when the Farrington High School grad suited up for the first time as the starting libero for the team's 2024 season opener.
It's like a huge honor. Like Coach Choy said, it was a dream of mine ever since I was young. But really, I have to thank the coaches and the staff for spending time with me and giving me this opportunity to have my first start. But really, my teammates were behind me throughout my whole 4 years here. So it's just been a long journey.
A journey and a dream, he says, dates back to his childhood days, sitting in the Stan Sheriff Center with his mom and dad, cheering the team with his popcorn in hand.
I was like, Dad, you know, one day I want to be like a Rainbow Warrior too and play in the Stan Sheriff. He's like, we'll see, son, we'll see.
Turns out his dream would come true, starting with a message from one of the coaches asking him if he'd ever be interested in playing at UH.
And so then I looked at the text message, I went to my room, and I swear to God, I was in tears crying. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, yes. I was like, I'm absolutely interested, just trying to play it cool.
And then a short time later, Eleu got the call from the coach.
Coach Josh called me personally, and he's like, hey, we have a spot on the roster. Do you want to be on the roster? I was like, absolutely yes, like enthusiasm. And he's like, whoa, hold on now. Don't you want to talk to your parents? Nah, no need. I'm in. I'm absolutely in.
He says he immediately called his dad to say, guess what? I'm in. I committed to the Warriors.
So then I called my dad and I say, Dad, guess what? I'm on the roster for the men's volleyball team. I was like, what? I was like, I committed. It's like, whoa, you can't just commit. You're supposed to tell us this first so we can discuss as a family. I was like, oh shoot, sorry, I just got a little excited.
Fortunately for the team and its fans, that excitement has only grown over the years, and it was on full display once again on opening night, when yet again, he jumped the gun during the team's introductions.
And middle blocker, 6'9" sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 8, Nusterer.
You know, it's an honest mistake. Like, again, I just got a little bit excited. I was like, oh yeah, it's my time to run out. I just want to run out, just wave to the crowd. I was like, how's everyone? Thank you so much for coming out. And then next you know it, like the coaches would look at me weird. Like, I was like, why are you looking at me weird? And then I saw Kurt and I was like, it's not my turn, is it? I was like, oh shoot, so I had to run back. But yeah, sorry about that, Kurt.
Well, he jumped the gun a little. He came running out. He just wanted to get out there and start competing, so I'm not going to fault him for that at all.
Turned out it was the perfect start to his first official start. He may have jumped the gun out of the tunnel, but when it came time to play, Choy proved almost immediately why he's a crowd favorite.
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, one of the hardest workers that you'll ever meet. Great kid, great family. It means a lot to him to be a part of this program, but to see him get his shot out there for the first time and to put on the performance that it did was awesome.
From the diving plays to doing the splits, Choy stole the show.
The splits, I highly don't recommend doing that. It just kind of instinctually came out, but just flying around, like all that was just kind of just effort plays. Like my dad, my family always told me, as long as you give your 100% effort in anything in life, they're always gonna be proud of me. So yeah, I really gotta thank my dad, my mom. They've been supporting me throughout my whole years, and they just told me, like, just be you, just ball out, give your 120%.
And thanks to that effort, Choy is much more than just a fan favorite. He's a favorite among his larger-than-life teammates who engulf him after every big play.
The difficult part about being, you know, in a pit of tall people is that maybe their armpits, like, because especially when I'm at tread, like I'm right at his armpits. I'm like, bro, put your arms down. I can smell your BO. Nah, but it's wonderful. Like again, like they're like They're big, lovable giants, and I just love being in the pit with them. It's absolutely awesome. My emotions were just overwhelmed, like, oh my God, I can't believe that was that was my first game with my teammates.
And now in this final season, he fully understands that first match was only a first step of his next journey.
You can't define yourself with just one game, because that's not a player, because all the great players like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, like they all had bad games, they all had great games too. So I can't just let this one great game, you can say, define me. I gotta look forward for the next game so we can keep growing.
The perfect mindset for a kid who is the epitome of an underdog.
He's been a crowd favorite. It's not just the parents, he's been a crowd favorite for a little while now, and it's really cool to see him out there the entire time and putting on a show for the fans.
And about those parents who are now also living the dream through their son?
Especially like when I was a kid, where I was kind of like, I was quirky, but she was like my #1 best friend, basically. But yeah, and just seeing their reactions to the game, I was like, yeah, you proud of me? You proud of me? And they say, are you kidding me? Like, we're always proud of you no matter what happened. And I kind of teared up a little.
Just a real inspiration to really anybody, and certainly to local kids that, a lot of times are on the shorter side. And you can play with the big kids, especially if you got a heart and work ethic like Eleu Choy. You absolutely can get on the court and be among the best players in the country.